This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady News Source.
Good evening. Welcome to the final newscast of the semester for 570 News. I'm Cameron Martinez.
And I'm Michelle Brookman, and we have a lot of news for you tonight.
A major federal agency is offering to help thousands of people, but the agency says they're having difficulty getting people to take advantage of it. Reporter Matt Metaxas has been looking into the unusual situation. Matt, please explain.
Yeah, it's a really unusual circumstance, Cameron. The Department of Veteran Affairs wants to help former soldiers and their families, but the people that the VA are trying to help aren't always interested. Vietnam veteran Larry Martin has been happily involved with the VA for 4 years, even joining a breakfast club that meets every Wednesday. But Larry says it wasn't always that way.
I didn't want anything to do with the VA. I mean, I wanted to just I had some bad experiences with being in the military, Vietnam. That wasn't what I wanted to do at 19 years old. I did my job. I wanted to get as far away as I could from any government office, anything. I just didn't want no part of it. And most of you veterans felt that way.
But as he got older, Larry did end up going to the VA, and it was not what he expected.
Word of mouth about, hey man, you need to go talk to the people at the VA. They can help you. And that's what happened to me. I did, and that was about 4 years ago. And since that time,
Veteran Services Field Officer Ramona Roper says that veterans should feel comfortable seeking help from the VA because they have fought the same battles.
We are veterans as well. One of the things that I explained to them, I am you. I've been on that side of the desk. I have sought my benefits. We're here to make that transition easy.
And VA officials say that that's what they want veterans to understand. They'll find a familiar face who not only understands their problems, but have been in their shoes. Live from the newsroom, I'm Matt Metaxas.
Thank you, Matt. One of the challenges government programs like the VA face is the inherent mistrust for some veterans have for the government. And VA officials say that this causes some vets to lose the benefits that they deserve. The local VA office has information about government agencies like Social Security, Medicare, and disability compensation. For local vets, the Athens VA has a full physical and mental health clinic. Commissioner Mike Roby says the joy of giving veteran helpful information about these programs is enough.
We have widows that were married to a veteran. They were not aware they were entitled to a benefit, and when they receive it, it just joys your heart.
For more information about the benefits that you could be entitled to, please visit the Veterans Affairs website or our website, grady.uga.edu/570. The supermarket, which travels from city to city each year, came to Athens because of the dying wish of a VA commissioner. His name was Pete Wheeler, a UGA grad and a proud member of the Athens veteran community. He always wanted to hold the event in Athens to benefit the local community.
We wanted it in Athens this year because our former commissioner, Pete Wheeler, is a University of Georgia graduate, and we wanted to do it in his memory. So we asked permission to have it here, and with the help of the city of Athens, they allowed us to do it.
Commissioner Wheeler passed away last April. He has served in the National Veterans Day Committee since 1954.
Coming up next, reporter Danielle Lewan gives us an inside look into how local organizations are celebrating International Day of Persons with Disabilities.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Okay, Simon, what do people wear?
Clothes.
That's right. So it's important to learn how to dress yourself. Here's how it's done. Shirt, underwear, pants, socks, shoes. Underwear, always first, name tag on the back. Then pants and shirt. Go ahead and put this on. Now with the shirt, you want to make sure the first button's right or you have to start all over again, okay? Socks left on left, right on right. Tying the shoes, we're going to take the laces, we're going to cross them over, we're going to turn around where the bunny goes down in the hole, pull it tight, and bunny ears. Got it?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Hey, Gabby, how you doing?
How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Today is an International Day of Recognition for a special group of people, people with disabilities. But reporter Danielle Lewan says a local organization believes it shouldn't be something celebrated one day a year, but rather something recognized year-round. Danielle, what are they doing instead?
Michelle, they are doing what they do every day. Things like hearing, touch, taste, and smell come naturally to most of us. But today we're taking a look at a special group of people that might need a little extra help with these tools. And dance is one thing that persons with disabilities makes feel the same as everyone else. Today we celebrate the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. But kids like Eric are able to do everyday activities through a local organization called Extra Special People.
Well, I do like ESP a lot.
Extra Special People, or ESP, has an after-school program called 360 because it gives these people the opportunity to grow in confidence and skill level 360 days of the year. It includes activities anywhere from sports to arts and crafts. ESP also says they're a community who accepts children starting at the age of 4 but doesn't have a cutoff.
Right now, our oldest participant is 45. He's getting ready to go across the street and do a dance.
While ESP appreciates this holiday, they say their celebrating never ends.
Kind of every day at ESP, we're celebrating individuals with disabilities.
Every day you pass by special handicap parking spaces and even specific handicap ramps. But persons with disabilities say the best way you can recognize them today is treating them just like the rest of us.
I think when they feel the best when they're included in everything.
Normal things are the best ways Taylor says she bonds with Chloe.
She loves Frozen and Taylor Swift are two of my favorite things.
Eric also loves music and says it's his favorite activity in ESP.
He likes Michael Jackson that much. He died, passed away.
And while they think celebrities like Taylor Swift and Michael Jackson are special, the organizers of ESP say the real special people are people like Eric and Chloe. Live in the newsroom, I'm Danielle Lewan.
ESP says the best way to keep up with their participants in Athens is to subscribe to their newsletter or follow them on Twitter. University officials say there are a great number of resources available for University of Georgia students who have disabilities. Located inside Clark Howell Hall, the Disability Resource Center provides learning accommodations, including special testing sites and note-taking services. For students with physical impairments, Campus Transit offers special handicap vans to take students from class to class. However, it wasn't until this past summer that campus architects designed and installed a ramp parallel to the arch downtown. Students in 2014 created a petition for equal access to the arch, but administrators, citing historic preservation, denied their request to permanently alter the steps. To request eligibility information, contact the Disability Resource Center or UGA Transportation Services. The theme of this year's International Day of Persons with Disabilities centers around inclusion, access, and empowerment. Organizers emphasize the importance of hiring persons with disabilities, making cities accessible, and improving statistics. According to the 2013 American Community Survey, only a third of persons with disabilities are employed, and 1 out of 3 lives in poverty. Only 2 out of 5 have a high school diploma. UN officials say the lack of more robust data for persons with disabilities contributes to the perception that they are invisible.
A local organization continues their efforts to end the criminalization of marijuana in Georgia. Find out next just what their future plans include.
Hey, this job looks perfect. It says you need people skills?
Check.
Driver's license?
Check.
And a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
You are good to go.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
The fight for the decriminalization of marijuana is heating up in Athens. One local group knows a little can be done on the local side, but says that it's not going to stop them from trying. Reporter Taman Warku explains why they are fighting for change. Taman?
Yes, Jordan, it's all based on 2 points. Start the conversation on reform and to draft an ordinance to change how police can deal with possession.
What do you want? Legalization! When do you want it? Now!
Georgia has one of the harshest marijuana laws in the country. Possession of even 2 ounces is punishable of up to 10 years. The Campaign for Access, Reform, and Education, or CARE, hopes to reform the strict laws.
We're pushing for some form of decriminalization. We want some type of an ordinance that will not allow for handcuffing, arresting, and booking.
Georgia may not be the only state with strict laws, but many states have moved to change possession provisions. 8 states have medical marijuana laws passed, and 5 states so far have removed jail time for possession of small amounts.
We got to stop locking our young people up for cannabis and for a plant, especially when we see all over the country this movement that's sweeping. And in my opinion, I think Athens should be one of the first cities in the state to fully decriminalize it.
So far, the Georgia CARE Project group has been attending monthly commissioner meetings with hopes to sway members in their favor. There hasn't been much progress thus far, and members are asking for more.
You know, I go to these city hall meetings and I go to the Athens CARE Project meetings to learn as much as I can about it, and then to tell other people of the community about what it's all about.
And for now, Georgia CARE will continue to gather support and raise awareness until they see that change. Live in the newsroom, I'm Taman Warku.
You can learn more about the group and the House bill on our website, grady.uga.edu/570. Medical experts say that marijuana does have medicinal value, but one professor of pharmacy says that does not mean the adverse effects of the drug should be neglected. Marijuana has been used to treat conditions like nausea, muscle spasm, vomiting, and severe pain. However, the plant can also trigger negative reactions such as anxiety, depression, panic attacks, reduced cognitive ability, and addiction. Dr. Randall Tackett, a pharmacy professor, believes that supporters of medical marijuana only focus on one side of the issue.
There's no substance that is effective in man that doesn't come with the risk. And so I think what people try to do is they try to exaggerate the benefits and they try to minimize the risk.
Conditions such as nausea and vomiting are treatable with marijuana, but Tackett says that medicines like Zofran, commonly found at pharmacies, are better. Managers of a local drug treatment program say that people are more likely to suffer from addiction if members of their family are addicts also. Excessive use of marijuana may lead to a psychological dependence on the drug. That dependence can be passed along to the addict's family members. People who have addicts in their family are 60% more likely to become addicts themselves. The Athens Area Commencement Center assists addicts in overcoming their illness through a recovery program. The program lasts 6 weeks and helps addicts to practice abstinence and modify their behavior. An administrator of this program says it's not easy to recover once you become an addict.
For the brain to change, it takes anywhere from 6 to 18 months to completely organically change back to homeostasis point. And some people it will never completely return to normal.
The center's treatment program has produced successful results. 80% of their patients refrain from using drugs for at least a year.
I'm Claudia Kelly. Find out more about events where you can give back to the community this holiday season after the break.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Employees at Athens First Bank and Trust did more than just cash checks and manage money today. As reporter Corey Knapp tells us, they teamed up to write and send holiday messages. Corey, can you explain what they were writing?
Claudia, they were writing heartfelt messages for very special people in cards just like this one. Silence at Athens First is pretty normal, but today it was in favor of a great cause. As part of the Holiday Mail for Heroes event in alliance with the American Red Cross of Northeast Georgia and United Way, bank employees and patrons gathered to write heartfelt messages and thank yous to military members who will be away from home this holiday season.
Recognizing that people have sacrificed time and much more to serve our country, and people just taking a moment to acknowledge that.
One employee in particular knows the impact of sending these cards. Linda Rader's father served in World War II and the Korean War, and her nephew is currently on active duty.
It means everything. I do know that when my nephew Drew was overseas, they would get different care packages, and it really made them all feel good. And all the guys and ladies would share all the information that they would get from their families and friends.
Linda says that the simple act of writing these cards is one way for civilians to contribute their own service to the country.
There's all sorts of ways that you can serve without being actively military or having a family member. Just showing your patriotism, showing that you care about your fellow man, and that we have a good country and we need to protect it.
And military veterans contribute to this cause because they know how good it can feel to receive a card.
They wanted to participate in the event because they've been deployed overseas and they've been separated from their families and understand that it can be a lonely time.
These holiday cards show gratitude and that our military heroes are in our thoughts, which is just what they need.
All these little things mean a lot to everybody because I think lots of times they might think that they're forgotten or that all of us just take it for granted for what they do. And just one little way to let them know that we know what they're doing, and we appreciate it.
The event collected several hundred cards last year, and event organizers expect this year's total to be even higher. The cards will be mailed locally and overseas starting as early as today. Live from the newsroom, I'm Corey Knapp.
If you missed today's event, you can make your own holiday card and bring it to your local Red Cross, who will then send it to a military member. If you had a favorite teddy bear when you were growing up, here's how you can give someone else the chance to have one just like this one here. At the UGA hockey game versus the College of Charleston, everyone who brings a teddy bear will throw their bear onto the ice. These teddy bears will then be donated to Toys for Tots to be given to kids this holiday season. The game is tomorrow at the Classic Center, and you can visit their website to buy tickets at order.ticketalternative.com. But this isn't the only way that you can contribute over the holidays. 30 charitable agencies in Athens are coming together to accept donations this Sunday from anyone who comes to a special event. From noon to 2 at First Presbyterian Church, you can enjoy live music and a light lunch and donate to any agency you want. But before the event even begins, you can go online to view all the different agencies and gifts that you can buy in what they are calling a shopping list for the event. Carla Buss says the agencies truly appreciate having this annual event.
It makes a difference here in Athens, and I think it just helps the agencies do what they need to do. We always get thank you notes from them saying that the contributions that people make at the benevolence market allow them to serve their clients better, and I like being a part of that.
A little more than half of the money raised will come from online donations. So for the entire month of December, be sure to visit the church's website, www.firstpresathens.org/benevolence-market.
Outdoor living rooms are popping up throughout Athens this week. I'm Jane Moe, and I'll show you what these spaces are all about next.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Thanks for coming in for the interview.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, we got your personal references, your resume, high school diploma or equivalent.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Yes, it's right there.
Great.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
If you see living room furniture out in public in Athens, you aren't crazy. It's part of the Athens Public Art Master Plan. Reporter Jared Sweat tells us how artists think the bizarre locations of living room furniture help spread ideas. Jared, how exactly is that happening?
Yeah, Jane, the artists are setting up outdoor living rooms for people to talk about what they think about their community. The Athens Cultural Affairs Commission brought in professional artists, and they think this is the best way to get the public's pulse.
Sit down, enjoy some refreshments, and spread ideas about your community. That's exactly what artists Matthew Mazzota and Todd Bressie want. They want the outdoor living room to be a place for people in Athens to talk about issues of urban space and public art. The household setting has been moving around Athens all week. Matthew and Todd use it as a platform for people to voice their ideas and views on the community in Athens.
In many kinds of planning today, it's very hard to get people to participate in community processes. And we thought why don't we get artists to come up with ways to do that creatively?
The outdoor living room idea began when Matthew was an art student in Chicago. He said that he and other art students collected furniture that had been thrown out, and that's when they had the idea.
We made an outdoor living room in a park, and then I realized this could be a technique we could use. So it started off just as something that a bunch of art kids did together, and now I use it as a technique to actually take in voices.
Marilyn Wolfer-Gatz, the chair of the Athens Cultural Affairs Commission, says they brought in Matthew and Todd so they could efficiently develop a public art plan that Athens would be happy with.
All the money we get is taxpayer money. So it's really important throughout everything we do that we get information from the community.
Matthew and Todd want the opinions of people both off and on campus.
People know that Athens is a very creative place. There's a very kind of grassroots creativity that occurs here.
And that's exactly what Matthew and Marilyn want to find out. Now, the outdoor living room will make its final appearance at the Bishop Park Farmers Market. So if you want to sit down in a comfortable atmosphere and talk about your community, go out to the Farmers Market on Saturday. Live in the newsroom, Jared Sweat, 570 News.
After the Athens Cultural Affairs Commission gathers the information, they will put together a proposal for Athens and decide where to go from there. You can also support local art by purchasing everything from a hand-sculpted teapot to welded jewelry at the Lamar Dodd School of Art. The Ceramic Student Organization held their annual pottery sale this week. The students and faculty members of CSO made practical kitchen items such as mugs, jars, and even bowls. But these items are far from ordinary. The everyday tools are covered with truly one-of-a-kind designs. Handmade earrings, necklaces, and rings were also sold right next to the pottery sale. The event was held by Phi Beta Heta, a jewelry and metal organization. Graduate student Thomas Bossi helped out with the event because he believes in the importance of local art.
There's something special about buying an object directly from the person who made it. It's one thing to buy an object with a name. It's another thing to be able to shake the person's hand.
The money goes towards funding trips to attend symposiums and to bring in guest lectures to further students' educations. The Ceramic Student Organization will have their final pottery sale tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There will be other events featuring local art after Friday. The Leisure Services Department has been showcasing Clark County students' artwork at the Linden House Art Center. This year's theme is Imagine, encouraging students to explore abstract art. The exhibition is held until January 17. And tonight at 7 o'clock, the annual Downtown Parade of Lights will start at the corner of Daugherty and Pulaski Street and end with the traditional tree lighting ceremony in front of City Hall. As we said, this is our last newscast for the semester. Thank you for joining us tonight and the whole semester. My name is Jane Moe.
And I'm Claudia Kelly. Good night, and you stay classy, Athens.
Grady News Source is a student production of the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of Georgia, which is solely responsible for its contents. Views expressed do not represent those of the administration nor the Board of Regents at the University System of Georgia.